David here with Figboot on Pens, back again with another fountain pen review. Over the years, I have reviewed a number of 3D printed pens from Artcraft. There was like the Moonwalk pen, the Year of the Dragon, even the Mars Rover pen. Today, I have for you their most recent release, actually two releases, which are Egyptian themed. They are called the River Nile and the Egyptian Temple Column. What I'm going to do today is go over the parts and features of these historically inspired offerings, talk about what I care for and what I don't care for about them. I'll show some measurements, size comparisons, and provide a writing sample. Thanks go out to Artcraft for providing these pens on loan for review. In order to get a closer look at these two 3D printed offerings, please join me over here at camera 2. The pen arrives in this rather simple box, and inside we have the Egyptian Temple Column. And here it is with the other pen that I had mentioned I had, which is the River Nile. So we have the Egyptian Temple Column and the River Nile. You know, to start with, let's just take a look at the River Nile pen, because we're going to spend more time with the Egyptian Temple Column. The inspiration behind this model was a nighttime image of the Nile River with the towns and villages along its path, kind of glowing against the deep darkness of the surrounding desert. And as you can see here, that is rather intricate in regard to how the river makes its way down. And then we have its deltas, and then it empties into the Mediterranean Sea. And then this band here at the end, the colorful blue and red band, is inspired by the band of Nefertiti's headdress. And that this is a snap cap, or actually it's friction fit, as you'll see here in a second. So it doesn't necessarily, you can line this up, but it does move around a little bit. You can see here on the end, it does have the Artcraft logo, and you can see some of the lines from the 3D printing. And then here on the back is a cartouche, and that this cartouche is that of the god Hapi, who is the god of the river and the annual flood in Egypt. You can see that it does have a bit of a pebbled surface, and then there is a medium-sized step down to the remainder of the barrel. Both the cap and barrel are straight, and then at the end we have a flat end. The cap pulls off. Now, this is one of the issues I have with this because it is held on by an O-ring, and when you take it off, there is an audible pop. And so there is a little bit of effort involved in regard to capping and uncapping this pen. Well, capping it isn't too bad, but uncapping it, while it is secure, I just wish that it wouldn't necessarily have that pop to it. Just because if you're in a meeting or something like that or out in public, just having that pop isn't necessarily that's something desirable. One thing that's interesting is that the Nile River actually extends out onto the section, and the idea is that it's kind of flowing down through the pen and then flowing out of the nib as you write with it. And it does have some nice gold coloring there on the river itself. So that was just that having it on there was a little bit of a neat addition as opposed to just a straight black section. And then we have the gold colored nib. This is a Yovo nib this pen is available in a couple of different sizes. You'll have to check out the Artcraft website in order to see what sizes it's available in. This particular one is a fine, and there's the plastic feed. There is a little bit of a ridge here, and not the longest section. And then we have this exposed O-ring that, as you saw, was basically for capping purposes, and the remainder of the pen. This is a cartridge converter pen, and I believe, you know what? There is a hole. That hole goes all the way through, so you can't eyedropper this one because there is a hole in the back of the barrel. But that is what the River Nile looks like. And here we have the Egyptian Temple Column, which, as the name would describe, it is inspired by an Egyptian temple column with these vertical lines and then it expands on either side, and then we have this ornate feature at the top of the column, or the pen. At the very top, we have the Artcraft logo, get that facing right. And then this Egyptian cartouche here is that of Thoth, that's Thoth, the Egyptian god who was credited with inventing writing, which would be appropriate for a pen. This pen is a little bit on the thinner side, and as you can see, it is a little bit thicker. It gets thinner here at the middle and then expands a little bit more in the end. This is a snap cap, and that it comes right off, and if necessary, I'm not sure why you would want to take this off, but if possible, or if you want to, this top portion can actually be removed. Now, this pen does not post, so if for some reason it would post and you just didn't want that extra weight back there, I'd understand, but that particular piece can be removed if you want it to be removed. Underneath here, we do have a number 5 Schmidt nib, and this is a resin section. This isn't a 3D printed section, and as I mentioned, this is a number 5, and I always thought that Schmidt nibs were a bit underrated. And this is the plastic feed. This section is a bit thin for my tastes. There is a little bit of a ridge here at the beginning, but that's for the capping mechanism. And it angles up slightly. And then I'd say there's a medium to large size angled step up to the remainder of the barrel. That even though it is thin, I still find it usable, and I do like the texture element of this pen and how it feels against your hand with these lines here. It is long enough for me to use unposted, which is good because this pen does not post. It does have it is a cartridge converter pen, and it does come with a converter, but it accepts standard international cartridges, but I wouldn't advise eyedropping this pen because of the metal that's contained here within this barrel. The price for both of these pens, the River Nile is $149, and then the Egyptian Temple Column is only $89. And I'll put links in the notes below where you can check both of these out on the Artcraft website. Okay, let's go ahead and show some measurements of the Egyptian Temple Column, and then we'll come back with some size comparisons and then a writing sample. Here we go with some size comparisons for these Artcraft pens. In regard to a couple of other 3D offerings, this was another Artcraft offering, which was the Mars rover pen, where you can kind of see the track of the Mars rover there, and that's what it looks like in comparison. And then there is the Sami Lorem Ipsum, and then something I recently reviewed, which was the ArcLayer Maze, which is a different type of 3D printing as opposed to what has been done on these particular 3 pens. In regard to some non-3D printed pens, we have the Pilot Vanishing Point, then we have a Lamy All-Star, and then finally we have a Pilot Metro. If you weren't aware that Pilot and a lot of other Japanese brands were going to be increasing their pricing here in 2026, and this pen that is what used to be retailed for like $15 is now selling for over $40. Now $15 was a few years ago, but now it's selling for $40, which I think is a bit exorbitant for a Pilot Metro. Even though they're fantastic pens, I just think $40 or $45 for a Metro is a little bit excessive. In regard to the uncapped comparisons with the Egyptian Temple Column, here it is with the Sami pen and the Lamy All-Star, and here it is with that Pilot Metro. Here we go with the writing sample for the Artcraft. And this is the Egyptian Temple column. And this is a fine Schmidt stainless steel nib. And I was looking for inks and I was trying to think of something that was theme appropriate. And what I came up with was Conway Stewart. King Sand. They have lots of sand in Egypt. This is what the ink looks like. It's kind of a lighter sandy brown, as opposed to something a little bit darker like Faber-Castell's hazelnut brown and Mont Blanc's toffee brown. This is what the 80 milliliter bottles look like for Conway Stewart. As you can see here, that these were made by Diamine and they use the same bottles. You know, something I like is when they put the name of the ink on the top so that when you have a bunch of different bottles, you can tell the difference. So I kind of liked it when they did that. Diamine did that for a while and some companies still do that, but I enjoy it when they do. But I enjoy these bottles. And here we go with the rest of the writing sample. With this fine nib, I'm not a huge fan of fine nibs, but I do find that even though it does have a decent amount of feedback and is a little bit on the scratchier side, that you can get a decent amount of line variation out of this stainless steel Schmidt nibs. Like I mentioned before, I always felt that Schmidt nibs were a bit underrated. I'd say the ink flow is on the low side, and in regard to reverse writing, it does lay down an extra fine line. And in regard to some fast writing, the feed keeps up well. So there we have the Artcraft Egyptian temple column as well as the River Nile. As I mentioned, I'll put links in the notes below where you can check these out on the Artcraft website and appreciate the loan of these pens for this review. That Artcraft generally has some interesting themes and they've come out with some interesting pens over the years. So it's fun to take a look at them. Okay, until next time, thanks for watching and I'll talk to you later.